Today we are going to look at the implied main idea. What exactly is an implied main idea? Well, this is a special kind of main idea that is not stated directly in the passage in one complete sentence. How do we find an implied main idea? Well, you will be reading between the lines to find this implied main idea, and there are several methods that you can use to unlock this puzzle. And since we are now looking for an implied main idea, the strategies for discovery are actually somewhat different from those that we use to identify the stated main idea. The first step, however, is similar to the step taken to find out the stated main idea. We always look for the topic. We have to identify the topic, and again, the topic will be the who or whatever the author is talking about, and it will be a noun phrase, or pronoun that is repeated over and over in the passage. Now, the second step in identifying the implied main idea involves asking the journalistic questions that are answered by information from the supporting details. So, after you know the topic, apply the who, what, where, why, when, and how questions to your topic to find out what's actually happening regarding that topic. Now, as you ask these questions, jot down notes and eventually you will be able to make one sentence summary that will integrate all the information you have gathered. And that is the last step. And here is our first example. In the 1900s, women wore ass corsets that pushed out their chests and hips underneath blouses and skirts that hung down to their ankles. By the time the Roaring Twenties and votes for women had arrived, women donned short sleeveless flapper dresses covered in fringe with fishnet stockings and long pearls. The 1930s produced the glamorous spice-cut metallic silk chiffon dresses worn by beautiful Hollywood stars like Jean Harlow. In the 1940s, featured the rosy derivative look for women's wear with loose trousers worn with boots and a short hairdo with a colorful scarf. Famous actresses in the 1950s like Marilyn Monroe sported dresses with defined bust lines, tight waists, and billowing skirts. Thin pencil skirts also became popular. By the 1960s, Twiggy with her famous eyelashes popularized the micro miniskirt, the mod look for women. Saturday Night Fever and John Travolta in the 1970s appeared, and women wore the disco look with huge platform shoes with clingy jersey dresses. By the 1980s, punk fashion brought baggy shirts and tight jeans. Women looked to Madonna with a brassiere worn over her shirt, her short skirt, leggings, and fishnet gloves as the latest fashions. Women's minimalist fashion rocked the 1990s with its casual, chic, and jeans of all styles, t-shirts as hoodies, body piercings, and fashion models like Cindy Crawford reigned on the runway. Today, women take their fashion cues from bra dolls wearing tight metallic shirts and miniskirts in hot colors, and from celebrities like Miley Cyrus, who wears cleavage-revealing corsets sheer shorts bikinis, and pantless pantsuits. But the burning question is, what will women be wearing in 2020? Okay, we're going to analyze this paragraph. First, let's take a look at the repeated word or phrase in the passage. We see the phrase women fashion is mentioned over and over again, and indeed, that's the topic, what the paragraph is all about. Now let's ask who or what about the topic. Well, women's fashion seems to keep changing, doesn't it? Where is the topic happening? It's happening all across America, and that's what we've been talking about ever since we studied the passage. When has this topic been happening? This topic, all these changes have been happening since the early 1900s. Now, why do we think this particular topic, that is the changing women's fashion, is happening? Hmm, Could it be due to societal influences, or technology, or a rebellion? Now, what has been happening to women's fashion? Well, different decades have brought different changes to fashion. Alright, now let's pretend you are in a task and you have these multiple choices. You have to choose one that you think is the best implied main idea. Option 1: what will women be wearing in 2020? Option 2: while some styles appear in a cyclic manner over the years, women fashion changes every decade. Option 3: as corsets were worse for women's health than those from the 1800th century. Option 4: today, women take their fashion cues from brat dolls and from celebrities like Miley Cyrus, who wears cleavage-revealing corsets and pantless pantsuits. Okay, well, in actual fact, if you look at these, the correct answer would be number 2 right here. This will be your implied main idea. Why? First of all, it contains our topic, which is women's fashion. Remember, main idea contains the topic. And it talks about the changes over all of these decades. Option 2 provides the best summary of all the supreme details integrated into this one logical sentence. Alright, now why sentence 1 incorrect? Well, first of all, it has a question mark at the end, and you will never find a main idea with a question mark at the very end. Let us look at answer 3. As corsets were worse for women's health than those from the 18th century. Now, if you go back and look at the example, you will see that this is not mentioned anywhere. Last, let's take a look at option 4. Today, women take their fashion cues from brat dolls and from celebrities like Miley Cyrus, who wears cleavage-revealing corset and pantless pantsuit. Well, answer 4 is a supporting detail from the passage. It is too specific to be the actual implied main idea. Alright, now let's take a look at another example, and this one is shorter and simpler. Hope it will give you better ideas about the implied main idea. Here we go. Do you wear glasses? Make sure your glasses fit well. The earpieces should be at the eye level. Don't try to adjust the earpieces yourself. Take your glasses for adjustment to the place you bought them. Keep your glasses in a case when you are not wearing them. These will prevent scratches. Keep the lenses clean, and a soft cloth is best for cleaning. Okay, first let us find the topic. Look at the word or phrase that is repeated in the text. If you say that the topic is glasses, you're right. Next, gather some information using questions. For example, what is happening to the topic, that is, glasses? Okay, some possible answers include should fit well, taken for adjustment, keep in a case, prevent scratches, and keep it clean. Since the text is super simple and short, information from one question can give you hints about what the implied main idea is. In this paragraph, the implied main idea is taking care of your glasses involves many steps. In principle, either stated or implied, the main idea is the most general and most important idea that encapsulates all the details mentioned in a paragraph. The implied main idea, taking care of your glasses involves many steps, is more general than all the sentences in the passage. Alright, next, try some exercises provided in the LMS. I'm logging off for now. Thank you and see you.